this is actually considered late for a clinical day. Our instructor said that we need to be in the dining room at 7, so there should be plenty of time to get there, I would think, hopefully. So, today is Wednesday, October 25th, and clinical day, obviously. It's also like considered midterm week, so we needed to fill out a goal that we wanted to accomplish this semester at clinical. So something like demonstrating range of motion with a patient, like teaching it to them, or ADLs, or could be like a teaching session with our fellow students about like a disease or medication, something like that. So our instructor is going to go over those things with us today. So I think I packed it. I hope I packed it. And I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I always feel like I'm forgetting something. But I have my badge, I have my stethoscope, pen light, pens. I have to be really careful because my clinical uniform is white. It's a white scrub top, and I already got some black pen on one of my scrub tops. So I need to be more careful with that. Yeah, so if you remember from last week was our exam 2 in lecture. I got a 93 on that. They let us kind of see what we got right and what we got wrong. Not the questions specifically, but like what areas of study we did well in and need some work in and stuff. So like evidence-based practice, clinical judgment and reasoning, things like that. So we were able to see that on ATI and kind of go over it ourselves a little bit more. The individual questions, the instructors went over with people who didn't achieve at least an 80%. My brain is like a fog. The kids have a lot going on this week with Halloween coming up, and I've been doing a lot of studying and work and stuff. The other thing that is due this week for clinical week 5, we're already in clinical week 5, unbelievable. But what else is due? So we have our medication sheet on antibiotics, and it doesn't look like we have a care plan. It looks like we need to fill out this self-evaluation with the roles of a nurse, and what we've done in those roles so far is what it looks like to me. And that's due on Friday, and I only saw the 2 things. So we usually have a medication sheet, a care plan, and like a clinical reflection journal. We do not have that this week, I guess because of the self-evaluation. So I don't know. Well, hopefully there'll be a little bit more clarity today when I talk to some of the other students and stuff. We're all a little bit like, about a few different things. So, did he get all the seats and stuff? Yeah. All right. It looks like he got all the chairs. So anyway, I am going to head off to school before I do something stupid, like get lost or forget something. So I'm going to head out to school, and then I'll let you guys know tomorrow on the way to lecture how everything went today. Talk to you later. Good morning. What a beautiful sunrise we have today. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. It's actually 7:45. This is later than I usually leave, but there's no exam today, so I don't have to leave super early or anything. Yesterday was a really long day. We got there around 6:45 in the morning, and I left around 6:30 at night. I was the last one to leave. We had midterm evaluations individually with the instructor, and I was the last one to be evaluated. Really, what it ended up being was, oh, those are cute. It ended up being basically writing a goal that you want to accomplish by the end of the semester at clinical. And what is this guy doing? This garbage truck. Kind of ridiculous. He's blocking the entire road. Anyway, a goal that you want to accomplish by the end of the semester, and 5 roles of the nurse, like provider, manager, member of the profession, teacher, communicator. So basically what you've done so far and what you want to improve on. That was our midterm evaluation. Then we went over individually with the instructor and discussed, you know, what our goals really are going to be or whatever. So we did all of that after post-conference at clinical. Clinical was actually a really good day. I got to follow a dental hygienist who's actually a dentist in the Philippines. But because of the, you know, additional education requirements to be licensed here as a dentist, she decided to just go and do dental hygiene, and she comes to the long-term care facility once a month to see the patients who are enrolled. So I got to follow her, which is really neat. That's what I originally wanted to do 10 years ago. I did all my prereqs to do that. And then I applied like 2 straight years, but they only accept like 23 students a year. So I didn't get in either one of those years, and then gave up, and then took a hiatus, had my family, and here I am again. And I feel like it's like God decided that wasn't what I was meant to do. So that's fine with me. I think it ended up working out for the best. There's always a reason, right? So that's the reason I feel. That's just not what I was called to do. So so it worked out. It came kind of full circle. Really interesting, you know, actually watching her do the teeth and everything, and with, you know, varying degrees of patients' level of conscience, and you know, whether they are combative or disagreeable, or whether they're like all about it, you know, just kind of seeing the differences between those types of patients. And of course, mouth care is really important, and nursing too, because your mouth is, it's like the window to your body, you know. I mean, everything starts there. And when your mouth has a lot of problems, you know, that bacteria goes through your body system. So important, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to be a dental hygienist originally. But you know, it worked out. I'm not upset about it. I'm happy where I am. So but it's really interesting seeing how that was like tied to it. So I did that. Then we I saw a colostomy bag change on a stoma that was prolapsed right before lunch. You know, and those are the things that you're just gonna have to get used to seeing and dealing with right before you eat. So that's just part of it. No big deal. So we did that, got to lunch a little bit late, no big deal. Ate, and then right away around 1 o'clock, me and another girl were sent off to do head to toes, and we found the best ladies. They're so lovely. I can't wait to go see them again next Wednesday, who've only been there for a couple of weeks, and they were just awesome, those two. I'm so glad we found them. Did her head to toes on them. One of them ended up having been a maternity care nurse for 38 years, and her husband's at the facility, and they've been married for like almost 60 years. it was amazing. And we spent like over an hour in there, basically spent the whole rest of our day. Did post-conference at 3. Everyone got to talk about their day and everything. And then we did the evaluations, and then that was it. But it was a really long day. Now I'm heading off to lecture, and honestly, I'm about to get onto the main road. So I'm going to go ahead and take off. And get off the video so that I can drive safely, and I'll let you know how lecture went. We don't know if there's a quiz or not. No one has said anything. I'm assuming there always is going to be one, but we'll just have to see, and I'll let you know how it goes. Hey everybody, I just realized that I did not finish out the video from last week. It's now Monday the 30th of October, so this will finish out what's technically week 10 of the semester. So theory, we did not have any pop quizzes. We were all probably thinking that we were going to have at least one. They didn't give us any. We did have 2 really long PowerPoints to get through. It had a lot to do with, informatics, like nursing informatics, and then, pain management. So those were the lectures last Thursday, and we did do a group activity, basically using the different communication forms that nurses use. So like the SBAR, the DAR, the PIE, a narrative, and what am I missing? Something else. I don't remember what the other one was. SOAP. We had it. That was my group's one. So how could I forget that? So so basically we went over the different ways that nurses communicate with each other. We all had a scenario, and we had to write down in the different topics, how those details fit in. And then we went through it together. That was basically it. That was the whole 4.5-hour day. Happy that there wasn't a quiz. She also did go over the top missed exam questions, because this is the first, that was the first week since the second exam. And our next exam is in 2 weeks. So it's coming by really fast. And honestly, I was doing SurePath all weekend, and oh my gosh, there is so much to do with SurePath. This week it's on stress and coping, and what's the other topic? It's another really, really long topic. Actually, I can look it up real quick because I was working on the SurePath last night. I don't know how I already forget what I was doing. But it's endless. Medication administration, pharmacology. So for our associate's degree in nursing, we don't have like a separate pharmacology class. It's kind of built in to every semester in different ways. So, I don't know if it's more in depth with a bachelor's, because they have a pharmacology class all by itself. Maybe it's more in depth in that fashion, or maybe we just are exposed to the same material, but it's condensed into the rest of a semester. So either way, it is built into ours. So those are the 2 topics this week, and it's honestly, it's so much. It's unbelievable. It's probably the longest couple of SurePath assignments that we've had. I mean, I think the medication administration and pharmacology chapter, it's got like 8 lessons that are an hour each, and then like a skill, a simulation, videos. I mean, it's got everything. It's very, very, very long. And then the stress and coping was not so long. I want to say that one was probably 4 hours worth or so. I still haven't finished the medication administration. That's how much there is. But I did spend the weekend kind of reconciling my binders for theory and for lab. And I did finish turning in the assignments for week 5 clinical. So like it's confusing because that was week 10, you know, so this is week 11. This is only a 15-week course, right? That's a full length. So we're almost there, and there's only less than a handful of weeks left. So that's awesome because it's really been a lot. It feels like I've been in this class for a year. And I think that's how everyone feels too. It's a lot of information. But so I did finish turning all that stuff in. We had our evaluations, which I think I discussed last Thursday. Turned all that stuff in, and next week we already have another simulation. I think it's our second sim, our second and last sim day. So our instructor has already given us what our assignment is going to be. Basically, we have to take an S-bar into the sim and do an S-bar. That's one of the things we need to do. And can't think of anything else. I basically just spent the whole weekend doing homework like usual. We have our cultural project that is due for lab in also 3 weeks. So I set up a Google Doc, and I set up a Google Slide, which is like a PowerPoint for those, and involved my three other members of the group. So that's set up so we can start inputting some information. The last thing I want to do, because our third theory exam's in 2 weeks, is wait until like the week before the project is due, and then be having to study for the third exam and having to finish up the cultural project all at once. And this is like right before the Thanksgiving. Our cultural project is due the week of Thanksgiving, and we have to go present that. So that just seems like a terrible idea to me, so I wanted to get a jump on it. But I mean, they keep us so busy that you really just don't have a whole lot of time to spend on it with all the other things that you have to do. But that's it for now. We do have a clinical on Wednesday as usual. So that'll be the long day. And then we have lecture on Thursday. And I'm assuming since we didn't get a quiz last Thursday, that she's probably going to give us a quiz this Thursday. So, and there's so much information in these chapters. So I'm going to finish up working on the Sure Path today and tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow is Halloween. And I also have a dentist appointment in a little bit here. So I'm going to get in the shower and get ready for that. That's going to be like, that's a deep cleaning. So it's going to be like an hour or something worth at the dentist. And my husband said that it's not fun and you're going to be hurting. And I was like, oh, really? I didn't know. And he's like, obviously you've never had a deep cleaning. And I said, nope, I haven't. So we'll see how that goes. I'm glad I'm doing this 2 days before my clinical instead of the day before. But that's what's going on. And I'm going to go ahead and try to get this video uploaded either today or tomorrow, whatever one fits into the schedule. And I'll talk to you later this week.